thank you everybody so late here on stage with us. Hope you will enjoy. We gave a talk about from Legacy to Vespa. And Vespa here also stands in our case for vector database, yeah. But I will give a little introduction later. My name is André Charton. I'm head of search, and this is principal role at our company Kleinanzeigen. And today I have with me.
I'm Valeriia. I'm a backend engineer at Kleinanzeigen.
Yeah. So I will give a little agenda points for today. So I will speak what is Kleinanzeigen, that you get the context. Then I will explain how we set up our POC. And then we have 3 different phases where we show things. Yeah, Vespa for us is a toolbox. So we open it and we take out the tools and we apply the tools on our platform. So what may you know about Kleinanzeigen? I know it by heart because I'm German, also Berlin people. So for me, it's the classifieds platform. If you not know it, maybe you are from foreign country or too young. Kleinanzeigen is this German largest classifieds portal. We have 60 million items on the platform by now. So if you go there, you can discover 60 million items. This comes with 1 million new items a day, 1 million edits, and also 1 million deletes. Over the month, we have 35 million unique visitors. And again, classifieds is a vertical, so we have 14 top-level categories, which include real estate, motors, home and garden, fashion. So I think it's a huge playground for a product like Vespa. Anyway, the talk is from Legacy Search to Vespa, and we are a classical search company. We start with Solar, we used Elastic for years. With this Vespa journey, we don't touch the search, the main search by now. We focus on the homepage feed. The homepage feed is this place where you arrive our platform. We take different signals, searches, and ads and try to build user profiles from that, and you're coming back to the platform, and then we try to show you interesting stuff. And I think this is also a super nice playground for Vespa. May you ask why Vespa? One true is we visit this conference last year and we run into the Vespa guys, they promised stuff. And also we looked around and what comes with Vespa, at least we can store the profiles online and they have all this bunch of tools we want to try out with a modern vector database like band-based retrieval. They have the sparse attributes. They also have ANN and so on and so forth. And the promise is also by for instance, enabling GPU support, we have real-time profile updates. Yeah, so for us, every click need to derive a new profile or an updated profile. So overview of the POC. Maybe you are familiar with this kind of stuff. If not, here the idea is that we have an A/B test tool. You see it on the top right. The A/B test tool is uploading the configuration to a client. The client is forward everything to the gateway layer. The gateway layer is going to our homepage API. The homepage API interacts also a little bit as anti-corruption layer. So they understand all the stuff. They understand the query. They understand the header. And then they choose the right backend, which in our case is the Legacy, which is still powered by Elastic, and the new one is Vespa. Then the whole part is going back to the client, and the client is presenting everything to the user, and also sends signals to our analytics tool, and then we can, over time, derive reports from it and decide if it's a good way to go or not. And with this setup, we start our phase 1. And again, we want to have a POC, and one aim for was that we have the POC live as fast as possible. So we also got help from Vespa. The engineers help us to identify one piece of our domain where it's easy to deliver, and we introduced it in motors. Why motors? Motors have tons of attributes, and actually Vespa comes with a realized data type called weighted set. And with the weighted set, I give an example here. It's basically a map. So you have attributes and weights. And with this, basically, you can also really easy derive a profile from it. Yeah. So weighted set, easy to use feature from Vespa. And we have our domain. And in our domain, we have a motor. So we want to give it a try. And that's, again, how setup looks like. In the top middle here, you see the user. Can I make this pointer? Yeah. And then we have the ad. The ad gets indexed via index topics, and we put ads here in Vespa. And then you have an ad click. The ad click also gets indexed. We load the ad, and then we put it on top of your profile. So with every click, we derive a different profile. And also we put in a decay function between that most recent clicks have much more values than older clicks. And that is super simple. Again, the goal was to bring Vespa live as fast as possible. And actually with this setup, we fulfill our needs. Again, in the motors category. So to recap, so we have this weighted set, user clicks, and then we derive the profile with every click, putting the decay function, and then we show really things live to our users. Overall, it took us 4 weeks of development, also thanks to Vespa, because they give us enough credits for the cloud to try out things. And actually, the results, we bring it live after some weeks, were pretty good. So we're thinking we stay with Vespa for now. But again, our domain is more complex than motors. We have much more to deliver. And for instance, we have also a nice fashion category. And Valeriia, what have we done in the fashion category so far?
Yeah. After introducing Vespa recommendations in cars category, we decided to proceed with fashion. But fashion category is different. In cars category, we had a lot of attributes, like you can, what is represented by attributes is here. But in fashion category, we have less attributes to collect a profile from clicks. Also, another point was that not long before introducing Vespa at Kleinanzeigen, we built a new feature. It calls fashion preferences. So user can basically choose their interests like women clothing, sneakers, accessories, whatever else. And we have to consider this in our recommender. And also another point, that not every user intention are fully derivable from clicks. That means, for example, I can search for a specific model of sneakers, and I basically have no attribute in ad to match this somehow. So we ended up with the next setup for our category profile in fashion. So first is clicks we already have, and the attribute weighted set. The next one is we collected recent user searches and keywords from this. For example, this sneakers model. And the third one is user preferences. They explicitly selected, and we built a weighted set based on preferences. So at first we tried to combine all of these 3 signals into the one query. We merged user clicks weighted set with preferences and ran a query based on this. But that's we didn't quite like the results because some of the signals were pretty strong, and our recommendations lost its diversity. So we decided to split queries into 2 queries. One query built from user clicks plus search keywords, trying to replicate user scenario, like first user searches for something and then clicks, and so we get the results from this to recommend. And the second query based on preferences. So we ran an A/B test based on this setup. We didn't get increase in our conversion metrics. But also we didn't get a decrease because basically we replicated our legacy, more or less, our legacy feed setup here. So we decided to proceed further with third iteration. We split queries even more. We created a dedicated fashion profile. yeah, we tweaked ranking and so on. But actually, this third iteration is still in progress. We're going to post in our tech blog about our experiments, what went right, what went wrong. So you can check it here.
Yeah, wow. Thank you, Valeriia, for explaining this on fashion. But I think there's much more in this toolbox of vector databases of Vespa. They have also this really cool, I think, embeddings. Could we deliver the embeddings somewhere?
Yes. So after introducing cars category and fashion category, we decided finally move on with the embeddings, the main advantage of Vespa, and we wanted to try out how easy would it to introduce the embeddings, would it affect our recommendations, and so on. So why we think home and garden was a good category for this is because the items or ads, that's the same thing, have even less attributes than fashion in our platform. And also that's because users tend to do more descriptive searches like I search for vintage oak sideboard with glass doors, and our system have to understand the meaning of this, not the match exact words like we did with sneakers model. So yeah, that's a good match to try out embeddings here. So what we did here is we represented our ads with vectors. We built vectors for suitable for approximate neighbor search based on item title plus some important attributes keywords we had, and store them together with the ad. And as for user category profile, we used user recent searches. For example, I could search for garden furniture, for wardrobe, for anything else, and we decided to store these search vectors separately, not create an average vector. That's because we wanted to keep these different intentions. So we are running approximate neighbor searches here to retrieve users' recommendations. And yeah, during our POC, we noticed that we have our latency getting, our requests getting slower. So we run it in parallel. Also, Vespa's searcher allows this option out of the box. And as for another optimization, we used GPU to produce vectors for the better efficiency on the right time.
Yeah, I think that was a really nice journey so far. I think we opened the toolbox of Vespa and we already learned a lot. So maybe you want to give a summary on that?
Yeah, so yeah, we learned a lot during our POC journey with Vespa. So the first thing that is weighted set and wand operator in Vespa is pretty powerful thing already. We tested that with cars category, and we didn't even need here the embeddings because weighted set was already pretty good. But also what we learned from fashion, from introducing fashion, that it requires careful normalization, and yeah, we are still in progress with that. Also, another point that in Vespa there are such a thing that's document processors. It's simplify our profile updates. we are able to intercept document updates, enrich with some parameters. We can also go to the content cluster and enforce. So yeah, that's a pretty flexible thing. Also, Vespa changed our thinking about retrieval and scoring. Because previously we was working with Elasticsearch, and there it's more or less happens at the same stage, but in Vespa these stages are separated, and you can first retrieve items, then we can rank it. Also, ranking is available in several phases. So you can run first ranking, then the second ranking, and so on. And having said that, yeah, our next step is offline evaluation. We will assess our capabilities, what we do next with the other categories, and yeah.
Yeah, cool. So I think we are just in the middle of the journey, but if you want to follow us, we have also the Berlin Tech Blog. If you want to scan, you can see the part 1 by me and also part 2 from Valeriia about what we achieved so far. There will be also continuous on this year. I think we will publish the 3rd part this week. And yeah, that was our talk from legacy to Vespa vector searches. And that's already it. If you want to be connected, we leave our LinkedIn coordinates on the slide. And thank you for joining so late.
Do we have any questions from the audience?
Congratulations on the talk. I wanted to ask a bit the question related to more infrastructure tuning. If you had like latency, SLA, or QPS budgets, did this migration or adoption of Vespa slightly improve, or degrade, or slightly degrade? Did you manage to measure that?
Yeah.
Which were your results on that? Thank you.
For sure. For us, it's a new technique, yeah, and we give Vespa a discount. So we have basically Elastic, and we have to fulfill the same timings, yeah, there. So we start again. We are not fully live, yeah, but at least so Elastic is the baseline, and Vespa have to fulfill. Yeah.
So follow up. So are you still working on that? Is that like improving or degrading, or are you actively working towards like fixing that SLA, or to just fulfill a budget that needs to be
actually SLA already is pretty good. So we just have to follow it. But we want to have then also this vector leverage stuff. Yeah, don't we also want to have to maintain different profiles, different keywords and stuff. So we want to really go on this vector database end. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks.
Welcome.
Thanks for the talk. One question: how do we deal with multilingual search? Meaning that the ad comes in German, and I saw in the demo, sorry, that the request or the query comes in English.
A good point. I think that was just for the demo reason. Yeah. So far we used the German model. I didn't have any data engineer with me, but we can talk offline, and then I can show you which model we so far use. Yeah.
So it's the query should be in German then. Got it. Thanks.
For now, yes.
I think I have a question. I mean, great talk, great content. Something that I'm curious about, if you analyzed what new features you could add by this movement.
I think it's also a bit the challenge, right? We're coming classical. We start with Solar, then Solar overslept the age of cloud. Then we go to Vespa. We go to Elastic. Then Elastic also tried embeddings, but we have to scale. And now we are on fully on this, yeah, thanks to Vespa. Anyway, we also have to adapt it for the developers, yeah. And I would say it's a bit early to finish here. Yeah, the vectors are super promising. Yeah, the NN searches are super fast. Anyway, we also find out that we mimic the Elastic searches again, yeah, because let's split. Yeah, is this the way to go? No. So I think it's not finished. Yeah, you can read on the blog post. But we feel we go in the right direction. Let me phrase it so. Yeah.
Great. André, Valeriia, thank you very much.
Thank you.